slippery packet a little bit.
Thank you, Jen's out here, I can just spread right out.
And here's the,
Oh, where's the other? There it is. Okay, I would like to call the Albany Selectmen's meeting of June 22nd, 2022 to order at 5:30 PM. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. New business, approval of the June 8th, 2022 selectmen meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes?
Second, any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of the June 22nd consent file that consists of review and signing manifests in the amount of $49,685.93 and $25,533.58 to include payroll and accounts payable for 6/15 and 6/22. Review, discuss, and approve a denied pistol permit for resident at 16 Brookside Ave. Review, discuss, and approve or deny a building permit for replacement and enlargement of a deck at 8 Croto Lane.
there was an additional building permit on there too. I just got from,
Oh,
so it was review, discuss, and approve or deny building permit for single family prefab home, 42 feet by 27 and a half feet at 1617 Passaconaway Road, map 9, lot 24-2. It's in there, you'll need to sign it.
and, Peter's already reviewed it.
Peter has reviewed it and approved it.
Approved it, okay. We'll make a motion to approve the consent file as presented.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Review and discuss the next steps for the alleged current use violation at map 9 lot 98. The board sent a certified letter on 5/26, picked up by the owner on 6/2, and gave the owner 10 days from the receipt to respond to allegations. There has been no contact.
There has
with the
been
owner.
contact now.
There has been contact now, right?
So they answered, I took the liberty of forwarding that to the assessor. They said they were willing to meet with him to discuss the natural state of the current use property. So I think we let Jason, he's a licensed assessor, we let him review the property, and apparently they've spoken to DRA, and they can talk to Jason about it, and Jason can let you guys know what his recommendation is.
I agree.
I agree. No motion for that?
Nope.
Review, discuss, and sign the no objection letter for the new owners of 8R Deli and Grocery at 1294 NH Route 16 at the owner's request.
Yeah, I don't know if you need to make a motion, but you can.
No, I mean, there's no change in use. It's selling beer and wine, and selling beer and wine, just a transfer of ownership, and they
Right.
need a new permit from the state, so.
Yeah.
Review and discuss a letter from a resident regarding the possible zoning violations at 13 Stowell Drive and 170 Chase Hill Road. If there are violations, we have signed a letter asking them to come forth and comply with our ordinances and submit a building permit application if they indeed are building on the properties. Other than that, anything else, meaning violation of a right of way, is not in our purview, and we don't have the authority to oversee that, and it's a civil matter.
I did prepare a letter to the person who filed the complaint as well, saying that we have contacted all those owners for clarification.
Yeah.
But then that some of that is encroachment on a right of way, for instance, is a civil matter between landowners, so. So there's actually 3 letters, two to those lots about whether they're building without a permit, and then one to her, just what we
Replying to her written. Any discussion?
No.
Do you agree with the letters?
I agree with the letters.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think it's just to cover our bases and,
Yeah,
you know.
if they need a permit, they should just file for one.
Right, yep,
Not a
and-
difficult process.
no, and I don't. A lot of people don't think they need one for a shed or a deck
Sure.
or replacing things. So I sent them a copy of the ordinance. They can decide. And
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll hear from them.
Every town's different as well.
Yeah.
Review, discuss, and sign the PA 16 application for reimbursement to, oh no, I skipped one. Review, discuss, and sign the PA 28 inventory form for 2023 from the New Hampshire Department of Revenue Administration, which basically we would, if we use this, they form a letter and we would send it out to all property owners saying, did you do any updates to your property this year? And they reply, yes, we send the assessor out. Basically, we use the building permit process for that. People come in for a building permit that flags the assessor to go out and take a look at the property. So most towns do not utilize this form of kind of picking up improvements on
Yeah.
properties.
Yep.
So I've signed that. Did you sign that too? Yep. Review, discuss, and approve or deny an abatement request for map 9 lot 28-3 at 1628 Passacommon Road. Based upon Jason's letter, he has revised his assessment of the property. I agree to that, and I will make a motion to approve the abatement request for map 9 lot 28-3 at 1628 Passacommon Road.
Second.
So they've already paid for 2021, so I'll write it back and figure out the 6% interest from the date they paid.
Okay.
And then she doesn't have to do anything, right?
If it's already paid, she doesn't, but she can take a copy of the abatement.
And then Jason will just go in and revise the assessment so
That's
that
right.
that'll get picked up in the second issue of this year.
Correct. We're gonna send them a check, so they basically, their second.
They'll be all right for, so that check and the interest will be for 21. And then when the assessment gets corrected for 22, they've already paid half of last year. So if it goes up anything, they'll be
Just
ahead of
the
the game
balance,
by
right.
$70 or whatever price it is.
Yeah, as long as she gets a copy of the abatement for her file for the
Okay.
auditors.
Okay.
She doesn't do anything on her books.
Okay.
Town administrator report?
So, we had a Civil War veteran, Warren Chase's headstone tipped over. They thought probably from Frosty's. So the U.S. Forest Service helped. I passed this along to Joe, but they were willing to go in and I guess it didn't really need much work. Joe told me to call the monument company, but they said they would straighten it out. So they did, and they sent a nice photo.
Nice
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, it's,
It looks like it's been down for a while. The grass is all dead behind it. So it's
Oh,
good
yeah.
that they know it. It probably couldn't even see it laying right there.
well, I had a resident send a letter about it too.
Yeah.
But, you know, letting the U.S. Forest Service do it was,
Yeah. That's-
I felt okay about that.
Yeah,
We don't want
definitely.
any old resident doing it because if it falls on their floor.
Exactly.
They did a nice job. Do you want me to prepare a thank you letter?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice. So no response from the cemetery trustees?
Yeah, he told me to call the monument company,
Okay.
which I was willing to do, until they offered, and then I just copied him on it. I didn't go back and ask him.
I don't know the
Free sounds better to me, but
Yeah.
I have a question. I'm not sure how it works because I've never had to be this intimately involved with the cemetery trustees, but don't they get money in perpetuity that is supposed to pay for stuff like that?
No, we budget for it.
Okay, so
And we
don't
have the
a
trust
capital
fund.
reserve fund?
We do have a capital reserve fund.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if it's expendable though.
Okay. So they need to start putting money in their budget then. A little bit every year just in case stuff.
Well, it's supposed to
Because he
be,
wanted me to call the monument company and then the town pay for it. I'm like, no. The cemetery trustees.
oh, absolutely, the cemetery
It's a
trustees.
maintenance thing for the cemetery.
We have
There
one,
is
you
a trust
shouldn't even
fund
call
and
it.
I believe we've been sticking maybe $1,000 a
Yeah.
year into it.
I think he zeroed it out last year and the year
Okay.
before.
Okay.
But we may want, I'll make a note for the 2023 budget that we should. Cemetery, just take a look at what's in it and make sure we have what you guys think you need.
Yeah, if you want to see some cemetery in need, it's the Canada Street where everything is just
Even up.
sunken graves, and it's in dire need of help.
What do you do about that?
The trustees take care of it, supposedly.
No.
So that is Mr. Orange Chase's headstone, and then we got a letter from a Melissa Davis from the Passaconaway Valley Civic Association. They're having a meeting on the second Saturday in August, and they wanted to know if one of the selectmen wanted to attend, or if you had any interesting things that might be happening that would affect their area, if you could give them a heads up. I couldn't think of any, I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head. But I also didn't know. They said they still have about 60 members off in the area out and around the Russell Colbeck House, and they meet once a year. I guess they have the U.S. Forest Service and the Sheriff's Office usually attend and provide them with updates. Like I said, I don't really have any updates.
I really don't need it. Oh, jeez.
Hello.
It's my darling sister.
So, and then the last, I think a couple more things. You got a letter from the Saco Ranger District of the White Mountain National Forest. It is welcoming comments on the Sandwich Vegetation Management Project. So I didn't know if you guys want to take a look at that, see if that is anything that was of interest to you. If you have any comments for them. And then I did want to just let you know that I hooked up with the Conway Area Lions Club. They're going to present the bench at the first meeting in July, which is July 13th, I think.
Yes.
And then, I also booked Chief Solomon in for the second meeting in July, the 27th, to start talking about the negotiations. He said right now, it looks like their costs are up 111%. I mean, just, it's everything, electricity, gas, staffing, they're short, he said they're always short at least one guy. So they're always trying to, they're perpetually in the hiring process. It's just, that's all I have. Oh, maybe not. Sorry, just kidding. So we talked last meeting about the update to the grant we got for the update to the local hazard mitigation plan. I tentatively booked an evening meeting for 9/7 and a day meeting for 9/20 because they're booked out to the fall and I didn't want to let it go. And then we're like looking at January, February, year end and audit. So I booked those 2 dates. Kathy Ryan from the Conservation Commission and Sheriff Rishardi have responded they can attend at least one, if not both of those meetings. So just kind of put it on the radar. If, one or both, like if one selectman could attend each meeting.
Yeah, I can definitely do the night one.
Okay. And then, just kind of split them up maybe.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Are these all via Zoom? Or is
Yes.
it going to be in person?
No, they're still doing, what she said is, right now, they're still looking at all Zoom meetings.
Okay.
So I told Kathy, I'm definitely gonna do the day one, if she wants to come down here and do it on a laptop, I can do
Yep.
that, or she can do it from home, whatever.
Yep.
And I'm hoping more people respond. If not, it's hard to book yourself that far out, but if it's on your radar too, I didn't want to not have those meetings and then we're into 2023 and not even started, so.
Right.
No, I'm done, sorry.
So are you going to put those dates out to the all the board members, everybody, just let them know, here's the tentative dates, let me know if you can go or not.
So I did send an email asking them about their interest, but I hadn't booked those meetings yet. So then when Demet Rishardi and Kathy Ryan pinged me that they were interested in being on the committee again, I gave them those dates.
Okay.
So yes, I'll send another email and say, hey, just a follow up.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some tentative dates.
Yep.
I don't really want to book a couple in October, a couple in November, because it's just, it's hard. But if we can get a couple, if we get 4 hours and we get going on it,
Yeah.
I think it'll get its own momentum and we'll see where we are.
Yeah. All right, appointments, we do not have any. Old business, the chapel, there's nothing new on. Federal Land Access Program, nothing new. Other business and board reports, the planning board met last Monday night, and we met for a site plan review of a residential home on Bald Hill Road who was trying to sell to the Improved Order of Red Men and Degree of Pocahontas to create a meeting house on Bald Hill Road. Since it's in a residential area, but it's a nonprofit, it is allowed. However, what we kind of drilled it down to is their water access is not on the actual property, it's across the street. So we were asking for the deeded rights to that water, and they did not have it. So we felt it was our due diligence to continue the review so we could get that information. I believe it was up to us to make sure that there's either public or private water, which there is, but is there deeded rights to it, and it is currently shut off. So we continued that, and that one took a little while. We also had a preliminary consultation for site plan review for 2219 Route 16, which is the old one-wheel drive. And this gentleman will be building basically office space for his timber frame construction company. So there'll be parking out back for a couple of his trucks. Employees. He showed us all the plot plans for the building. It looked beautiful.
Yeah.
He'll be replacing the sign out there. So we waived a few of the one of the points there, and so he's going to move forward with the application.
Great.
And probably come see us if he has everything in time. He'll see us in July for approval, which will be really nice to see something going in
Something
there.
happening there, yeah.
Yeah. So that was planning board. Nothing for Carroll County Broadband. Anything else? Did you have anything?
I didn't.
Anything?
No.
Okay.
I would say there's a lot of interest in the old FW Web building. And there's been some interest in the, All My Favorite Things, if that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Those two properties, there's been a lot of people in to look at.
Are they selling?
Interesting.
Yes,
If
there's a
everything's-
Caldwell Banker sign on that. And FW Web, I guess, is for sale as well, so. And one guy that came in to look at the FW Web folder actually thought he might want both properties, so he looked at both.
That'd be nice.
But obviously they're doing some marketing because people are expressing interest, so.
Interesting. Correspondence, review and discuss a letter from USDA regarding comments on the Sandwich Vegetation Management Project. We reviewed that. Reviewed and discussed letter from the New England Vacant Land regarding the town selling map 7 lot 117, which is part of our town forest up on Bald Hill Road, I believe.
Yeah,
And-
I didn't want to just out of hand say.
First of all,
have
it's
interest
part
in
of our town forest. Second of all, we can't just sell a piece of property. It has to be either by sealed bid or auction, or I forget what the third, something that the selectmen see fit. Anyways, it's a no.
Okay. Yeah, I'll write back that we don't have any interest in selling.
Well, we don't have the authority to sell in that manner, nor are we interested. What do you think?
We don't have the authority?
We don't have the authority, it's sealed bid.
Did you take it by tax deed?
Nope, we bought it.
It belongs.
Because I
to the
think you
town.
can sell it, I think you can sell it other ways if town meeting has given you that authority, but tax deed has to be by sealed bid or.
Yeah, if you get approval at town meeting, that's what I was thinking. 'Cause
There's a
We're
third.
going through something similar, so.
Yeah, there's a third way, if you get approval from town meeting to.
I knew the third way, but I couldn't remember. But I think it
that's
was passed.
very rare.
Yeah.
And why? I mean,
Even
Why?
still, right.
I mean, whatever we want to get rid of, anything we would want to get rid of would only be tax deeded, and there's 2 ways to get rid of that, so.
Mhm.
Okay, I will
What's
respond.
your opinion?
On that,
Mm-hmm.
keep it.
I
Not
agree.
making any more of it.
No. Ah,
Well, didn't town vote on town forest too? I'm not sure.
I forget the wording of it.
Yeah.
I don't think we want to carve out a piece of
No.
town forest.
Okay,
wouldn't.
no. This board obviously is not interested.
No, this board's not.
Review and discuss the upcoming changes from Charter Communications, our weekly letter saying we're shutting more channels off.
No, they're launching
Oh, they're launching, my
VME
goodness.
satellite feed on SPP Latino View.
Here you go.
We're
At midnight
We're actually
watching that.
getting
That's
one.
what we were lacking.
There you go.
Public comment?
Yes. I have to tell you what has been going on. On the Kank, for about 2 weeks, I kept passing this truck, and it never moved. I went in to the Forest Service because it looked like a Forest Service truck. They said they didn't know, the woman didn't know anything about it, but the man knew that there was something there, and he said it was from the Fish and Game.
Mhm.
So I called up Fish and Game because I worried that maybe there's somebody dead back there.
Yeah.
And they asked me to go and get the license plate number, which I did. And I called them back, and I got no response, whatever. And it was still there, no matter how many times, it was still there, never moved, it was still there. So eventually, I called the sheriff, because nothing else seemed to be working. And he called me back, and he said that he got in touch with the forest, with the Fish and Game, and they said that the truck had been had something went on the truck, and they couldn't get it started, couldn't move it, and they were abandoning it there. And this is in Albany, and I said to myself, "You can't do that." So he spoke to them, and within 2 days, the truck was gone. So just in case you hear about some woman who was a pain in the neck,
Job well done.
it just bothered me.
I
that
actually
thing there.
drove by that way during lunch the other day, just to take a little scenic ride, and I did see a Fish and Game truck with the flatbed trailer with the white truck on it. So that must have been them picking it up. I did see a gentleman at the back of the truck.
And
What makes them think that they can just abandon a vehicle there?
they didn't want that. I guess the cost of having to tow it away or whatever the case may be, they just didn't want to incur the cost. But that doesn't mean it has to be sitting there forever.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it's gone. But in case you hear about it, you know where it came from.
I'm gonna get you a badge.
I've been asking for a badge.
Saying that for
You need a
years.
I think you can swear in constables. Make her-
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, she said she didn't want it. We're gonna have her handing out parking tickets down the bottom of Moakview Drive.
I'm ready. It actually's been better on Moakview Drive lately.
It has.
Yeah. I haven't seen cars parked there for a long time. I'm finally getting the idea. apparently.
We'll wait, it's the beginning of the summer.
That's right.
All right, is there any other business?
There is not.
All right, there's no other business.
You have the non-public at 6.
At 6 o'clock, we have 5 minutes. So what do we do? Just, do
How long
you want to
do
go
for
in
no show?
now and,
I'd recess until 6 o'clock.
all right, then I'll
I'd
make
give
a
him
motion to
couple minutes
recess.
after. That's what I do, and if he shows up at
You
6,
second
then
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Recessed. I have this habit of just like